Hello, welcome back to the marketplace. Let's live on Joy News. Now, the 2019 edition of the Ghana Industrial Summit comes off at the Accra International Conference Center from Tuesday, September 10 to Thursday, September 12. This year's event will focus on promoting government's Beyond Aid agenda. The Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, is organizing the three-day event. And I've got with me in the studio CEO of the association, Seth Twum Akwabua, to tell us more about the upcoming summit. Seth, you're welcome to the marketplace.
Thank you.
So just give us a background of the summit.
Well, thank you very much. We started this summit about 10 years ago. It started as oil and gas, local content event, when Ghana first discovered oil. And we thought that we needed to create opportunities for local companies. So that's how it started. And it was a huge platform where we bring businesses across the sectors. AGI covers about 23 different sectors. So we bring all of them together, and then we highlight the key opportunities in the oil and gas business. We went beyond that the following year. We brought in the energy sector. So we started working with VRA. And then we also brought in the housing sector. So we targeted the key sectors of Ghanaian industrial economy. And it's been going on very well. We've been doing it for the past 10 years. Okay. And then this year's own is also a very special one.
Okay. So what's the theme for this year's event?
Well, this year we are focusing on strengthening Ghanaian industries for global competitiveness. We think that it is critical that our industries are able to compete not just within our market, but also internationally. The fact is that if you don't develop your capacity to compete well in your own market, if you're only thinking of external markets, even the local market, you will lose it. So be very strong in your market, and then be ready for local and international market as well. Bear in mind that we now have the CFTA, Continental Free Trade Agreement. It means that we're going to open our markets for goods coming from various parts of Africa, entering our market duty-free, quota-free. Of course, it's also open to us, but if you don't develop your capacity, you will not be able to do so. Exactly. So a summit of this nature brings together the industrial players, key areas that we need to focus on. We discuss strategic issues. We also showcase, by way of exhibition, some of the key products that we are producing here. And then we strategize on which of the products have to be really promoted, both locally and internationally. So the summit is critical for industrial development in the country.
And what is going to be the highlight of the summit?
There are a number of programs that we put together. The first part is the opening, where the Minister for Trade and Industry is coming, and a number of dignitaries have been invited. A number of the key sectors are also part of it. And immediately after that, we'll have a number of sessions talking about industry, talking about standards, talking about the financial sector. The financial sector, the Deputy Governor of Bank of Ghana is coming, Barclays Bank is going to speak, Fidelity Bank is going to speak. They all have products for SMEs, they have products for women, and therefore we are going to highlight all these. And of course, there will be discussions as to how to really position Ghanaian industries to access bigger funding to build their capacity for the international market. All this will go on. A key part of the event is also the fact that AGI, for the first time, is launching its women's group. There are a lot of women businesses within AGI umbrella. In fact, the first president of AGI was actually a woman. So AGI, we cherish women a lot. And we thought that it's come to a time where we need to focus a bit on women businesses. So we've created a group within AGI, like a sector. And we have executives of the women who are promoting and managing this. Tap into funding, tap into various resource, expertise, technology to help our women folks. On the day we are going to launch it, and guess what? We're getting the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana to come and launch it for us on Tuesday. And it's going to be a big event, and we're encouraging all women businesses, whether you are women-owned or women-managed business, you are part of it. So we want them to come, and there'll be a lot of issues.
Impressive. Now, I also understand you'll be launching an energy center, and VRA has a major role to play. Can you tell us a little about it?
Yes, you know, AGI, energy is key because we're talking industry, and we are one of the major consumers of energy in the country. And when we had a challenge with the power cuts and doom saw those days, industry suffered the most. So we are always looking at options of promoting efficient energy for industry. And one of the key areas that have come up in recent times has been the renewable energy. It is critical. Whether we like it or not, it is the way to go today. Anything that help to reduce the cost of energy is important for us. And we think that the renewable is another option to look at. Of course, within the energy mix, renewable is very small. We have a target, as government has a target of about 10% of our energy coming from renewable sources, and I'm not sure we are doing even 2%. So there's a need to promote it a little bit, and as the name implies, renewable.
So talking about renewables, I know industries are also supposed to contribute to this, Natural Renewable Energy Act or something like that. Have you been paying up?
Contribute in terms of?
In terms of, make a contribution to enhance energy, renewable energy for industries, and because of that, there's an act. This is Renewable Energy Act.
Yes.
The act speculates that industries must contribute by paying some amount of...
I think industry is paying a lot. I think within the energy payment or collection tariff arrangement, there's always a certain percentage that probably is used to promote renewables. So we know VRA, that's why VRA did this huge solar system in the north. It spent a lot of money. I believe all this is coming from the tariff that we are paying. So in a way we are contributing, but we don't need to just contribute fund, and we also need to use it. And the way to use it is that we need to promote it. There are a number of players in the renewable energy space, and people are not too sure which of the players they should work with, which of the options are available, which of them are most efficient. Investing in renewables is also very expensive. If you want to go solar, you need to have a whole panel, and it's quite expensive. So the initial cost is so expensive that it's actually deterring a lot of our companies from going there. And that's the reason why we are establishing the AGI Energy Service Center with support from GIZ. So the center, what the center is going to do is to provide information, knowledge, expertise on making use of the opportunities in the renewable industry. And we are going to launch this center at the industry summit on the Thursday, and we have the Minister for Energy coming. We have the German ambassador coming, because it's being supported by the German government. So it's a huge project that we are embarking on, and I think at the launch a lot more information will be provided, and we encourage people to come.
So it's going to be a packed summit. Now you are organizing. Who and who are also supporting you by way of sponsorship?
We have a number of partners. We are actually co-hosting it with VRA. VRA has always been our partner over the years, but this time around, they are not just a partner or sponsor, they're actually co-hosters. Because of the energy angle to things, and on the day, during the period, they're also going to talk a lot about their strategic planning and thinking. When we had the challenge with the Dumso, we always said that probably we didn't do good strategic thinking and planning, and VRA has a whole big plan that they want to unveil and generate discussions around it. So VRA is there. We also have other players like MODEC. MODEC, there will be energy. We always talk about oil and gas and all that. So MODEC is going to be there, and B5 Plus are also part of our sponsors. And then we have the banks. Fidelity Bank and Barclays Bank are also supporting us. We have GAPOHA. A lot of we're talking international here. So imports, exports, so GAPOHA is important. Activa Insurance, we need to insure our businesses, and Entrance Pharmaceuticals. So when you look at all these sponsors, they are all playing a very strategic role by way of supporting industry in different ways. All right.
So just take the opportunity to once again tell us where and when exactly is this event coming on?
The event is just next week, from the 10th to the 12th. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at the International Conference Center. And I believe that industrial players, and not just industries, those who even want to go into industry, especially the young people also. By the way, we have a small program a special program for the young people. We call it the pitch competition, which is being supported by McGill University and Certain Life. And we are actually generating competition among the young people. So we expect a lot of people, students will be industrialists, and then current industrialists will all troop to the conference center and be part of such a big event.
Many thanks for your time. CEO of the Association of Ghana Industries, Chuma Kwabwa, briefing us on the upcoming Ghana Investment Summit and Exhibition, which takes off on the 10th of September. That's coming Tuesday, and ends on Thursday, the 12th of September. Let's turn on to other stories. Some players within the financial sector say they are feeling the impact of the introduction of the reference rate and its contribution to the decline in interest rates. Introduced last year to replace the base rate system, the reference rate was expected to increase access to loans for businesses in the face of difficulty in accessing credit from financial institutions. Consultant Director in charge of credit at the UMB Bank, Aram Achu, explains interest rates could, however, go down further if the rate of non-performing loans improves. He spoke to Prince Apia.
You will notice that since reference rate came on board, interest rates has gradually come down. I mean, before reference rate, interest rate went as high as 38, 30%, 35%. I'm not sure any bank is charging 30% now. you see the highest around 28. And some of us are even charging as low as 20 because of the reference rate. Base rate is basically based on cost of fund, but reference rate becomes a guiding principle. So yes, there is a positive impact. Therefore, the higher the risk, the higher the cost.
And on that note, we wrap up this afternoon's edition of The Marketplace. With me, Emmanuel Apoaji. We have many thanks for your company, and do join me again same time tomorrow. Have a good afternoon.